Hello again everyone and welcome back to Oblivion. We're back here in the house of Braden Lyrian, who has been, well, he seems to have been killed by a vampire hunter called Reynald Dreylas, who apparently identified him as a vampire, but it seems a bit suspicious, doesn't it? So, yes, we'll have to keep an eye out for Reynald on our travels.
I'm Jantus Brolus.
Well, you're not really good for me.
Easterus and I used to be adventurers, but we've retired here. Bruma is far from civilization, but we're ready for a little peace and quiet.
That's fair.
Yes, the vampire hunter. As far as I know, he just showed up recently here in Bruma. Not only that, but he already found a vampire among us. Apparently, Braden Lyrian was one of those vile creatures, and Reynald slew him. Kind of strange, though. I never figured Braden to be... He seemed to be such a likable fellow. I can't make up my mind about the prophet. Farewell.
Braden was yeah. So, before we do any further, is there anything that we can actually get inside the house which would indicate something? Repeat tampering with Braden's corpse is a crime and will alert the authorities. Okay, so let's not do that then.
Back.
Anything in the basement, I wonder. Since there's apparently a body stash down here. Oh god. Well, that's odd. Well, since I'm here, I may as well steal some stuff. It's our role. I'm really bad at it, clearly. Oh my god. Okay. Nothing in there then. Cool. Let's... Why is the crates? Oh, is that just to help get up the trapdoor, maybe? Okay. So we can't tamper with the corpse, but there's nothing like that would indicate anything really, is there here? Can I speak to Caris or anything else?
I'm sure Erlene is very upset. She'll be safe though. Reynald has confirmed with us that her accusations that Reynald is lying is not surprising. At this point, she's so upset that she'll say anything to deny what really happened.
But how does Reynald know all this?
I found
Like
that a loved one was something as horrid as a vampire, I'd find any excuse. I'll warn you about one thing. I understand you wanting to help Erlene by checking up on Reynald. We have it on good authority from officials in a neighboring city that Reynald is what he says he is. So I'm not sure. I am only allowing you to do this investigation, and I use that term very loosely, because Erlene is so distraught. Keep up the...
Okay... This all seems quite suspicious. Well, I guess if we find Reynald, we'll have a word. If not, then who knows? I guess Ongar isn't in. Whoever Ongar may be. So we'll leave his house alone. Whose house is this? Oh, it's the one that we've been in. Jal's house is vacated. That's Ongar's house. Anora?
Can't you see that I'm upset?
No. Well, actually, kind of.
I can't help myself. I'm just a sucker for well-heeled men. That Olaf,
well-heeled
at the tap and tack. He's dreamy. Olaf's tap and tack is a good... Yes?
If I persuade you, will you tell me why you're so upset?
I can't... What nonsense.
By any chance? Or am I backing up the wrong tree there?
I can't argue with that. What nonsense. That's enough. I like... Don't try to manipulate me. I can't argue with... Don't try to manipulate me.
I'll manipulate you, son.
Don't
son,
waste your flattery
daughter.
on... Don't try to manipulate... I can't argue with that. Don't waste your I can't argue with... What nonsense.
Holy Lord.
You
There we
wimp,
go.
I see.
Nope, nothing. Okay.
Good riddance.
I don't know why you're so hostile towards me. Yeah, I'm really not sure. Oh well. Maybe it's just an angry woman. I don't know.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's him again with his massive jawline.
Be seeing you.
Yeah. Lord Almighty. That one's closed.
What is?
Hello, Regner.
I'm Regner. You want anything?
Can't really
I
talk
hate
to
it here.
her. You're
Came
outside.
Here with Edla. All these snooty southerners. And damn guards won't let anyone have any fun. Sirach is a good healer. He's a red guard.
Okay.
Take care.
What house is clock 2? As is that one. As is that one. I guess it is daytime, so it makes sense that everybody would be out doing something. Olaf's Tap and Tack. This is the one that woman was so smitten by.
Ungar, the world
Ah, there's
weary,
Ungar.
they call me. I've been everywhere and done everything. Now I'm settled down for a good long rest. Bruma is a perfect town for a Nord man of leisure.
Jesus Christ.
Bracing mountain air, good food and drink, and lively Nord fellowship. Did you hear about Braden Lyrian? A vampire.
Yep, I certainly
Hey,
have heard
Holloway.
about that.
Olga. I'm a bard. Hanmund is my live-in partner. No offense, but I don't want to hear about any Mara Mother Mine. Hanmund and I lived together in the old Nord way. Good enough for my father. Bruma's a funny place. Half Cyrodiil and half Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Arnora. Seems her boyfriend Gerundr has stolen some gold from her.
Oh,
and
is
left
that
her
why
penniless.
she's upset?
Now he's in jail, and Arnora and Gerundr were once a happy couple, but that's over now. I hear he took all of their money and stashed it after he committed a robbery.
Wow, what a bastard.
Going to skip town on Arnora, but got arrested before making good on his escape. Now she has no money left at all. Poor thing.
Two sides of the coin.
Farewell.
Interesting.
Hufford has a knife. I have no time for your pathetic attempts at small talk. Now, walk away before I get nasty.
It's the same sort of guy who was in
Hello.
Skingrad.
What's going on?
What can I...
Just a randomly very angry man.
I've heard Edla Dark.
I have also heard this.
May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
No.
I usually don't give out that kind of...
Okay, I guess I have to
We'll
persuade you
see.
as well then.
No, I'm not buying that one. Don't.
Ah!
Please.
I leveled
I'm
up
sorry.
again. Fantastic.
That's a... No more. You're... What? Don't be silly.
There we go. Okay, Reynolds Railus.
Raynil is staying in the last room down the hall upstairs. Here's the key.
Do you normally just give out
I always
keys
liked
to
Braden
people?
and Arlene. They were a nice couple.
Oh, okay, that's maybe.
I hope you get to the
best
bottom
way
of
to-
this, because I don't believe he was a vampire either.
I
So,
heard people-
so
What
there's
can I do?
something up then. Okay.
He isn't in right now, so you should be clear to check it out.
Oh, so we can nose around in his room. Ah, nice.
The Countess is Heartland Nibanian.
This is the second
and
investigation
so are
I've
most
had to do in
guildsmen
this
and
game.
chapelmen.
Brilliant.
But most others are as Nordish as you'll find. I know I may be out of line by saying this, but I think the city guards may be wrong. I could have sworn I saw him outside in the daylight before. When I heard Raynil killed him, I didn't know what to think. But after your visit here, I'm beginning to wonder.
It's worth checking out then.
I've got a room.
I'll get a bed.
Right then.
I'll get a bed
Just look for me
so
if you
I
need
can
anything
I
else.
can have a sleep
Horrible
to level up,
things.
and then I'll go and I'll check out
Strange.
old Reynolds'
I can't
room.
imagine it.
Sleep for an hour. I don't need much. The results of hard work and dedication always look like luck, but you know you've earned every ounce of your success. Right, let's up our strength as usual, our speed and our endurance, yeah. Good stuff. Okay, so is this Reynolds? Yes, Reynolds' room key. Right, let's pop in. I've entered Reynolds' room. I should carefully search the place for anything suspicious. Right. Nothing in there.
Tap and tag are relaxing.
Nothing in the drawers.
Makes everyone feel welcome.
Anything under the bed?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Can't see anything under the bed. Anything behind the bed? Anything down the side of the bed? Anything under the pillow? No? Oh, ho! Galaborn's journal. I've discovered a small journal in Rail's room at the inn. It seems he was part of a group of adventurers who uncovered an artifact of some sort from some Aelid ruins. They all agreed to stash the artifact in a cave until more research could be done about it. Each of them took a key to the chest it was secured in. The two other members of the group were Braden and someone named Galaborn. I need to find out more about Galaborn to confirm my suspicions about Raynal. Olav may be able to help. Ah. The 8th day has passed and still there's no sign of the artifact. We've covered most of the remainder of the outer guard tower and scoured the crumbled gatehouse ruins, but not one clue has arisen as to where it may have been buried. It's quiet out here, as if the ruins were paying respects to the alien inhabitants that disappeared here long ago. We haven't encountered anything hostile, but if we do, I think we're ready. The Brotherhood's been in worse scrapes before. Braden paid good money for the information as to our treasure's whereabouts, and I hope it doesn't turn out to be yet another fiasco. This morning our camp was set upon by some bandits who were protecting what they claimed was their territory. Considering that we were outnumbered 3 to 1, we did very well. Only Raynal suffered a small wound, but that was easily healed by a potion that Braden had thoughtfully brought with him on our expedition. So Braden healed Raynal as well, wow. After getting rid of the bandits' corpses, we set out to tackle the largest part of the ruin, the remains of the Great Keep. 2 of the walls of the once mighty structure were collapsed, scattering the telltale whitish rock, so typical of the Aelid architecture in this part of Tamriel. This made our assault on the ruin difficult, as many of the large chunks of the wall were far too heavy for us to move. Braden suggested that we search the centre of the building's foundation for any underground entrances, which was typical for this type of keep. His guess paid off, and after several hours of back-breaking work, we managed to clear an opening just large enough for us to squeeze through and enter an ancient stairwell leading down into the ground. We decided to wait until morning's light to begin our descent into the depths of the ruin. After a restless sleep, all of us were quite excited at the prospect of what might lie ahead. Eagerly, we dipped our torches in a fresh container of pitch, lit them, and entered the inky blackness of the stairwell. The stale air was choked with dust and fine grit, a sign that no one had entered this portion of the ruins in a very long time. We became excited as that meant no other tomb robbers had gotten there before us. The stairwell eventually leveled out into a corridor of sorts that snaked its way to the north. As we carefully walked along, I scanned the floor and walls very carefully for any type of triggers, tripwires, or many of the larger chunks of wall with... Oh shit, no. That's not right! Or pressure plates, such was my speciality. The Aelid were well known for their cunning traps protecting their tombs, and I wasn't taking any chances. Braden, the scholar of the Brotherhood, was getting more and more excited as we traversed the passage. He was translating the wall carvings and was becoming certain that we had finally found the true location of our prize. After walking for several more minutes, we were overjoyed to see what we were hoping to see. The hallway ended at a metal door with a carving of a spider upon it. Now came the true test of Braden's information. The door supposedly had a puzzle lock. By pulling the spider legs in a certain combination, it would unlatch. The wrong combination would spell our deaths, perhaps triggering a collapse of the hallway or some other equally deadly trap. With a shaky hand, I pulled the legs one by one in the order I had memorized. The 6th one, then the 1st one, then the 2nd one, then the 8th one, and finally the 1st one again. I closed my eyes as there were a few loud clicks and then the door popped open. We all breathed a sigh of relief. Pushing open the door, I looked in at a huge room with a pedestal at the center. Sitting on the pedestal, illuminated by a shaft of sunlight from a tiny hole in the ceiling, was our prize. The floor was covered in a huge mosaic of stylized spider, all 8 of its legs coming to a point and ending up with a door entrance. This was the last of the traps the Aelid left behind to protect their treasure. Again, if it hadn't been for Braden's skill at acquiring information, we may never had known how to solve this last line of defense. I instructed Braden and Raynal to remain at the entrance and to tie a rope around my waist in case of a sudden pitfall. Carefully, I began to walk on the darkened tiles that formed the 3rd leg of the spider. Sweat beaded on my forehead as the pathway made by the tiny pieces of ceramic was very narrow at the start, and one slip could again mean instant death. But death never arrived. The information had been correct, and I was able to make it to the pedestal and secure the artifact. Quickly as possible, we made our way back and out into the daylight. Once again, the Brotherhood was triumphant, and it was time to return home. At the tavern that night, we decided to make a pact. We would stash the artifacts in a cave not far from Bruma until we researched it further. An item of its magnitude could be very dangerous if mishandled, and we certainly didn't want to sell it without understanding its true value. Braden agreed to contract a local cooper to construct a chest with 3 locks. Each of us would hold a key to one of the locks, so none would have access to the artifacts without the others being present. For the rest of the evening, we drank merrily and sang many a song of adventures past and adventures to come. So that would indicate that potentially, I'll take this journal, that potentially Raynal decided to kill Braden to take his key, which would also mean that he's gonna kill Gellerborn because he wants this artifact for himself and to take all the spoils. I'm guessing.
Citizen.
That's we need to speak to Olaf, don't we?
How goes?
What can I do?
Gellerborn.
Gellerborn? That's odd that you should mention that name. Raynal told me that
There
he was
you
the
go.
last vampire he hunted.
It's a load of rubbish.
Yeah, that's right. Somewhere in Skingrad, I believe. He said he tracked Gelborn down and killed him.
Ah, I was in Skingrad.
That's apparently why the guards trust him so readily. They had gotten word from Skingrad's
So
City
that's
Watch about
the
Raynal
place that told
and his
us. God.
so-called accomplishment.
Well, it's not right.
And nothing else I can tell you about. Just look.
Innkeeper Olaf told me that Gellerborn was slain in Skingrad by none other than Raynal. As with Braden, Raynal claimed Gellerborn was a vampire. I think Raynal is using the vampire as the cover story to get the keys to the chest where they stashed the artifact. I think it's time to speak to Carius Rinalius about Raynal. He must
For
be
me,
stopped.
if you need anything else.
I wholeheartedly
Greetings,
agree
Imperial
with you. Journal.
Good day. I'm Tolga.
Hello, who the hell are you?
Herald to Countess Narina Carvane here in Bruma. She requests your company at your earliest convenience.
Oh, okay. What's this regarding?
Countess Carvane would prefer if you speak to her in person. She also said to present you with this stipend as a taste of things to come.
Okay.
My lady holds court from 8 in the morning until 6 in the evening each day. That would be the best time to see her.
Right. 25 gold, wow.
The Countess is in attendance from... If you wish to seek audience with her...
That's very generous of you. 25 gold. 25 gold you've just given me. 25 gold. Of all the things, all the amounts you could have given me,
I take it you
gave me
Well, what is it?
25 gold. Okay. So, Garrus.
So,
Oh,
any
excuse me.
revelations in your
Ugh.
investigation?
Gellerborn,
How do
yes.
you know about that? Ah, too many people don't know how to keep quiet about official matters. Very well. The Skingrad City Watch informed us that Gellerborn was killed by Raynal not too long ago. Gellerborn was a vampire as well, obviously.
Nope.
What do you mean you disagree? That's a
I
bold
disagree
statement.
with that
what
statement.
Proof do you have that
Objection.
Gellerborn was not a vampire? I don't know what to say. It all makes perfect sense now. Why else would Raynal have removed this journal from the crime scene in Skingrad?
Exactly.
I heard no mention of a key either. It must have been removed by Raynal from Braden's body before we arrived.
Because he wants the
I
artifact.
think that 2 innocent men were killed, and that I'm responsible for one of their deaths. I'm speechless. I will rouse the guard and begin a search for him in the city. Meet me at Olev's Tap and Tack in 1 hour.
1 hour. Right, okay. I've given Gellerborn's journals to Carius. He was shocked at the story contained within and vowed to bring Raynal to justice. He's gone to inform the guards. He said to meet him back at Olaf's Tap and Tack in an hour. So on that note, guys, I think we're going to end this episode here, and then we'll go to Carius and see what the next part of his quest entails. So thank you all very much for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. If you have, then please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will catch you in the next episode of Oblivion. Thanks again, guys. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.